Well, good morning from hot Shanghai. 29 degrees today. I am complaining. I have my ice cream coffee that I got for 80 cents. So we're gonna head to the French concession area today. Former French concession area. It's supposed to be really nice, preserved streets. So we get away from the chaos of Nanjing Road and the scammers of Nanjing Road. I'm sure there's a few down at the French place as well, but probably not as many. I'm gonna walk there. It's about 45 minutes, so I'll catch you when I'm there. If I see something along the way that looks good, I'll video it, but I want to just walk and relax to it, you know. I'll catch you in the French concession. Take long before I turn the camera back on, but look, this place is nice, isn't it? Nice big wide open streets, flowers blooming. There's a museum here. There's an exhibition centre. This is People's Square area, so People's Square metro station's right here. So this is kind of the main hub for all of that kind of thing, even across the road. If I can get across from up here, or if I have to go to the end, if I can get across here, there's lovely like flower display and a fountain that's not turned on, unfortunately, but I have to go that way anyway. This massive building as well. I don't know what it is, but it's very clean. Very plain, but it's very clean. I think all along here is like, it might be a few government buildings because they've got a lot of security outside them, so that's what I'm thinking. You see over here there's another big building. That's where the fountain is, but there's no way across here. I have to go up and then I'd have to come back, but it's not the way I'm coming. Maybe on the way back if I don't get the metro. We'll see. And here, coming up in front of us to the right, is a very, very important building in modern Chinese history. It's not history, I suppose, it's current. But this building here was the first Congress of the Chinese Communist Party. First Congress was held here in the 20s. And after that, it was broken up by harassment from the French concession police. And only 2 members of the 13 members that attended it, because of course there's a Communist Party wasn't illegal at the time, you know, they were being killed and whatever, so of the 13 of them that attended it, only 2 of them actually attended the reading of the proclamation to declare the People's Republic of China in the 40s. I forget one of the guys' names, but the other one was Mao Zedong, Chairman Mao, who led the country for quite a long time. So yeah, that building there where you see the flag flying is very, very important for modern China. And this little area is really nice. Nice old buildings. Of course you have the security when you come in for bags. It's not really for people to check, but yeah. And then beside it you've got these lovely gardens and little pond area. Say again, in the middle of a huge city and you've got this quiet space, relatively quiet space compared to the rest of it. And you can see the architecture is still the same on this street. Nice brickwork buildings. Kind of reminds you of the little warehouse when I was in, or the warehouse district in Hakodate. These small brick buildings, small bricks. The buildings weren't small, but the bricks were small. This is a cool street. Now we're coming into the French concession area, but we've got all these paintings on the walls. I hope you can see them. I'm sure you can. You can at least make out that there is something on the walls. Happy Station. So yeah. Nice street up to it. Trees lining the sides of the road. Very nice. Very nice. Of course, lots of restaurants along the side. Bars, barbers. So it should be straight up and to the right. Check out this cool little guy. Did I get more coffee, iced coffee, because of that dog? Yes, I did. Doesn't matter. We're in China and we're nearly at the French concession, so it's hot. I was about to get a hot coffee, and then the woman said, I think ice is a better idea, so follow the barista. They know best, right? Well, here we are. We've entered the French concession area. Now this area came about in the 1850s, late 40s, when the French consul at the time demanded that they occupied. Of course, it was an occupying area. Of course, the French liked occupying places too, like a lot of countries. So he demanded a strip of land from effectively the governor of Shanghai at the time, and the governor of Shanghai had to accept it. So this area was basically controlled by the French. So they were given this strip of land just on the north side of the old town, but they started to build roads outside of the strip of land that was agreed on, effectively expanding their territory unofficially. And then they created more demands, which were given, no problem, by the governor. So they wanted to police the area themselves, which was granted. And they also wanted taxation to be controlled by the French, which they got as well. So this area was basically Little France. Nice little place. And then in the 20s, this started to become a huge place to be in Shanghai. You know, it was a big residential place, commercial place, pretty wealthy. So it's a very historic area here, really nice. So during the war with Japan, the Chinese actually bombed this area twice by accident. And because it was controlled by the French at the time, the Japanese came up to this area to get through with a convoy, an armed convoy. But the French soldiers just sat there and didn't let them through because this was not Chinese territory. So effectively, when the Japanese came along, it was only the unarmed convoy that could pass through with food and supplies. That was it, no military allowed through. Not that it's very hard to get around, you could just go around, but still disrupted it a little bit. Wait, I came out the wrong end. Okay, I'll go this way. This is still a residential area though, although it doesn't look like it. But it's full of touristy shops, as you'd expect. Let's go this way. You can see all the usual shops, of course. There. T-shirts, clothes, shoes. Well, that counts as clothes as well, doesn't it? All the figures, belts, anything you could want from a touristy area. Tea, fans, chopsticks, everything. Stamps. Oh, they carve your name, so it's a personalised stamp. The fans are very expensive here. 35 yuan. Now it's cheap for a souvenir, I suppose. It's €4. But I remember in Chongqing, when I was walking around, they have the people selling them on the streets, and they sell them for like 10 yuan, so €1, just over €1. Yeah, this is a nice street though. All the little streets branching off are nice. So after World War II, neither the Vichy French government or the Chinese nationalist government were recognised internationally as legitimate governments. So they signed together, they signed the Sino-French Accord, which meant that the Chinese would pull all their troops that they had out of French Indochina, or Vietnam as we know it as, and the French would leave all of their concessions in China. So that's why it's no longer a French area. The buildings are still styled like that, but obviously they have no control in it anymore. That changed a long time ago. It's nice the way they've still got little phone boxes, and inside a lot of them it says, you know, you get a 3-minute free phone call within Shanghai. Not much use to me, but you know, if someone's in trouble and they know someone in Shanghai, then perfect. So that might not be the most important information for you, but at least for me, I always find that it's nice to know a little bit about where you're going to explore. You know, nice to have like a little idea of what's after happening in the place that you are, like if it's why it's important, or you know, at least that's just me. I like history, so even though I'm in this laneway in the French concession area, look what I've come across. An Irish bar. My God, we take over everywhere with drink. They even have a little food market in here. Got all your eels, shellfish, seafood, noodles, soy, eggs, alcohol, very important, veg, all sorts. Dry, saltery. I don't really know what that means, but I'm sure it means salty and dry. I'm not sure. But yeah. I don't really want to go out onto the main street yet, although when I'm walking along the other part, you know, all the shops are trying to get you to go in, trying to get you to buy magnets, trying to get you to buy fans, all this kind of thing, which I'm not looking at buying right now. I've already got magnets last time I was here, so there's no need. I was just walking away from the French area. Check this out. It's pretty cool looking, isn't it? It's a big cafe area, of course, Starbucks here, but like, damn, it's really cool. It's hot, but it's cool. You know what I mean. Check out this little shop. That's a cool little storefront, isn't it? Well, we've checked out the French area now. Really nice little place. Of course, a lot of touristy things there, and people trying to get you to buy the hats and scarves and all that kind of stuff. But you know, the one thing I did end up buying was more important than all of those. Nice cold can of beer. So yeah, that was the French concession area of Shanghai. Tomorrow we're gonna head to Shanghai Old Streets, because the weather is supposed to be still decent tomorrow, not as good as today, and the day after that is supposed to be very rainy, so probably won't get to do much that day. I'll just chill out at the hostel and the cafe there, watch a couple of films or something. But yeah, that's the plan for now. I guess I will catch you in the next video. Bye bye.